So this video right here is practice assessment 8.1 to 8.3, but this is technically video number 2. On the first video, we did all of 8.1 and 8.2. That was adding fractions, subtracting fractions, multiplying, dividing, simplifying by factoring, and then canceling. On this second video, we're going to focus in on reciprocal functions and graphing reciprocal functions, which are hyperbolas, and talking about asymptotes and all that other fun stuff. Here we go. So there's a graph right here, and we need to select all the true statements. Let's make this graph bigger. So the vertical asymptote is x equals 3. Is that true or false? That's false. Okay. If you go into x equals 3, 1, 2, 3, there is no vertical, it'll cross right through it. So that's false. So that's definitely false. The next one, the function is undefined at x equals 3. No, because if you go to x equals 3, it's defined. It's right there. It's false also, right? So it is false, absolutely. Next one, the denominator of the fraction within this function must be x plus 1. So we know that the functions, or this function f of x, we know that it's a fraction with the a value up on top, and you have x minus h on the bottom. And then you have a plus k at the very end, the constant k at the very end. So this is saying that the denominator should be x plus 1. That is true, right? Because if it is a plus 1, then your asymptote will be x equals the h value, which is negative 1. And that is the truth because it does have the asymptote at negative 1, x equals negative 1. So this is true that the denominator must be x plus 1. You'll see that it is a green dot, okay? Last but not least, the range of this function is y equals all real numbers. That's true, but y cannot be 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, y cannot be 3 because that is the horizontal asymptote, which comes from the k value, which we don't have in this case, but it must be the k value of 3. So that's a true statement. And that's about it. It's obviously not none of these. None of these would be wrong. So those two are correct. Right here we have the graph. They don't give us the function. We need to identify which function it is. So when we look at this guy, we need to identify the asymptotes. Okay, so let's go for the vertical asymptote first. Where is the vertical asymptote? Some people might think 1, but that would be incorrect because this obviously it doesn't curve enough to not touch 1. It looks like it's touching 1 already, and that it'll even go through it, right? Now this one right here, it does look like it's curving down, and it'll never get to the actual x value of 2. So perhaps this is the asymptote. That looks right, right? Okay. Now how about the horizontal asymptote? Oh, wait, before we do that, what is the equation of that vertical line? X equals 2, right? Okay. Now, how about the horizontal asymptote? It looks like it's at where? The y value of what? Y value of 5, that's right. So at the y value of 5, it looks like that's our horizontal asymptote. Forever approaches that way, forever approaches that way, never gets to it. And that equation is y equals 5. Okay, so when we look at the f of x function that we want to write, obviously the 2 is the h value, which belongs right there, and the 5 is the k value that belongs right there. So we're looking for a x minus 2 plus 5, and who cares about a? Well, actually we do care about a because the original parent graph would be in the lower left and upper right, and this one got flipped, which means what about a? Has to be negative, right? So those are the 3 clues that we're looking for. The a value has to be negative. You need a 2 down here and a 5 over here. Okay, so let's look for that. The a value has to be negative. A value is positive, doesn't work. A value is negative, okay, but we don't have a 2 down there, and we don't have a 5 up there, so that's not it. If you check that, it's red. What else? All the other a values are positive, so obviously it's going to be none of these. Okay. Once again, because the parent graph has it down here and up here, but because the a value is negative, it got flipped. So because it's flipped, we need to recognize that the a value has to be negative. None of these a values are negative, except for this one, but the h and k are incorrect right there, so that would be wrong. So none of these would be the correct answer. So right here we need to identify which function is provided or gives us this graph. So once again, we need to identify the asymptotes. The horizontal asymptote looks like it's right here, going right through the y value of -4. So you could actually even write that down, y equals -4. The vertical asymptote looks like it's going right through the x value of 3. And you could even write down the equation of that vertical line, x equals 3. Okay. And also, remember on your parent graph, if your a value is positive on the parent graph, you're in quadrant 3 and quadrant 1. But these graphs are not on the lower left and upper right. These are flipped, which must mean that the a value is negative. Okay? So there are 3 clues that we have. We have the a value is negative. I don't know exactly what number it is. We know that the h value is 3 and the k value is -4. So knowing that, you could look for the function f of x equals negative, it might be a -2, -3, maybe a -1. But at the bottom, you do want x minus 3 and a -4 as your k. So this is what we're looking for. And when we do look for that on the multiple choice, you're not going to find it. This one does have a negative, but the denominator is not a x minus 3 the way we wrote down up here, or a -4 is the k. So that's not the case. So none of these would be correct. Okay. So right here, we want to select all of the transformations, if there are any that are correct, from the original parent graph to this new, I just showed you the answer, to this new graph f of x. So the original parent graph, we're talking about y equals 1 over x, to this new one, f of x equals -4 over x minus 3 plus 2. So the first transformation that we need to look at is that it reflects over the x-axis. Isn't that right? Yeah. Because of the negative sign. So the first one, you're going to select that one for sure. And then it gets vertically stretched by 4. And obviously this says vertically stretched by 2, so that's incorrect. So don't pick that one. And then we know that it shifts 3 to the what? Right. 3 to the right. It says shifts 3 to the left, so that's incorrect also. And not only does it shift 3 to the right, but it also shifts 2 up. It says it gets vertically compressed by -4. That's incorrect. It gets vertically stretched by 4. The negative sign tells you that it reflects over the x-axis. So the only one that's correct in this case is this first option. And I hope we understand that. Select all the following true statements about this f of x function. It says it will never cross quadrant 4 on the xy plane. Well, in order to do that, we need to graph it or sketch it. So I'm going to get some scratch paper and sketch it. So what is my h value? +1, right? So if I go to the x value of +1 and draw my vertical asymptote right through there, and then I go to my horizontal asymptote, which is my k value. My k value is what? -3. So if I go down to -1, 2, 3, this will be my horizontal asymptote, y equals -3. And the a value is +1, so it does not get reflected over the x-axis. It's still down here and it's still up here. So I know that it's going to be like this, and it's going to be like this. So going back to that question, the truth would be that it does not cross through quadrant 2, right? It goes through quadrant 1, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, but it'll never touch quadrant 2. So right here it says it will never cross through quadrant 4. That's incorrect. We know that it won't cross through quadrant 2, so don't pick that one. It says it has an asymptote y equals -3. That is true because the k value, y equals your k value, is the horizontal asymptote. So that's correct. We would select that one. If none of these are correct, you would not pick that, obviously, if this one's correct. It has an asymptote at x equals -1. Does this have an asymptote at x equals -1? No, it has an asymptote at x equals +1, not -1, so don't pick that one. And the domain is all real numbers. True or false? False, because you need to say, you could say domain x equals all real numbers, but you have to say x cannot be +1, right? Your h value. So that would be incorrect also. The only one that's correct is that green check marked one that we got. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. So it says select all true statements of the function of the above graph. So I give you the graph and I don't give you the function. Here's the graph. So what do we know about this graph right here? We know the asymptotes. Could somebody give me any asymptote? X equals 3. All right, so if you go to the x-axis, go and make a vertical line right through 3. That's absolutely correct. It has an asymptote x equals 3. Bless you. What other asymptote does it have? Y equals -4. That's right. This horizontal line right here is y equals -4. Okay. Now let's also understand this, guys. Is the original parent graph, did it get reflected over the x-axis? Yes, right? Because remember, the original parent graph had it down in the lower left and up in the upper right. But look at these graphs. They're up here on the upper right and down here on the lower left. So that must mean that the a value is negative, right? That must mean that the a value is negative. Maybe -1, maybe negative something or other, but it's a negative number. Anyways, we've analyzed this graph already. Let's take a look at the statements that it has right here. It says the denominator of this reciprocal function must be x minus 4. Well, let's look at it again. We don't actually have the function itself, but we could start writing it. F of x equals a fraction where your a value is up on top. On the bottom, we have x minus h. What is h in this case on this graph? 3, right? The asymptote x equals h, right? So it's x minus 3 and then plus, or actually plus a -4, or just a -4 at the very end, so -4. So there's my function. But let's go back to the true or false statement. It says that the denominator of this reciprocal function must be x minus 4. Obviously that's incorrect. The denominator is x minus 3. So for sure, don't pick that one. That one's wrong. The next one says the constant, the k value of this function must be 3. Is the constant, the k value, 3? No, it's -4, right? So that's incorrect also. Let's look over here. It says the numerator, the a value of this reciprocal function must be positive. That's also false. We said that it has to be negative, right? Over here on our notes, we said that the a value has to be negative. So that's false as well. And then the only transformation from the parent graph to this new graph is that it shifts 3 to the right and 4 down. We know that that's false. I mean, we do know that it does shift 3 to the right and 4 down, but the very first transformation is that it gets reflected over the x-axis, and it didn't state that. So that's incorrect as well. All of these are incorrect, so the correct choice would be none of these are true. Okay. I hope we understand that. Let's move on. This one's a simple one. It says, which of the following functions has a vertical asymptote of x equals -1? Obviously, the answer is right here, but the rationale is that you go through the asymptote, the vertical asymptote comes from the h value. So right here, the h value is +1, right? Because you got to think opposite of what you see. Right here, the h value is positive 2, positive 3. Right here, the h value is negative 1. So that's why this is the correct answer. Any questions? It's like a free point on the test, right? Super easy. But then again, maybe I don't ask for a vertical asymptote on the actual test. I might ask for a horizontal asymptote of, let's say, y equals negative 3 or something like that. Then you would pick this one. This one has the horizontal asymptote of y equals negative 3. So it all depends what I ask, but this question should be that easy. On this one, it asks, which one has a horizontal asymptote of y equals negative 3? Well, I guess that's what I just mentioned on the previous one. The one with the horizontal asymptote, that's the k value of negative 3. The k value, take it for what it is. That k value is positive 3, k value is negative 4, positive 5, k value is negative 3. So there's the horizontal asymptote, y equals negative 3 on this function. Okay, and that's about it.